Hey everyone. Lately my inbox has been flooded with questions about how to move away from reactive trading. You know, that exhausting cycle of checking your phone every 5 minutes because some random stock is exploding or crashing. I started looking for something that felt a lot more structured and institutional. That search eventually led me to Alderstone-Holdings. I've spent some time using the platform and wanted to share what the actual experience feels like from a user perspective. The very first thing that stood out to me was the overall atmosphere of the platform. Most modern trading apps want you depositing funds in under 30 seconds. Alderstone feels completely different. Their entire approach revolves around wealth preservation and long-term stewardship. You notice that immediately during onboarding. They use something called the Foundations approach, a guided setup process focused on understanding your goals and risk profile. On day one, I spent way more time discussing long-term planning than actually looking at charts. For some people, that might feel slower than expected. Personally, it felt like somebody was finally trying to build structure instead of encouraging impulsive decisions. Once I got deeper into the platform, I realized the experience is built around 3 major pillars. The first is risk management, and it seems to be the core philosophy behind everything they do. The dashboard doesn't just focus on profits and performance, it constantly emphasizes downside exposure, stress testing, and portfolio resilience. They use quantitative analysis tools that simulate how positions might react under difficult market conditions. That can feel humbling at times, but it keeps you grounded in reality rather than fantasy returns. The second pillar is asset allocation, and the platform isn't locked into one asset class or narrow strategy. You can see allocations across global equities, commodities, and digital assets structured around broader portfolio objectives. They explain the reasoning behind allocation decisions instead of just presenting numbers without context. The third pillar is discipline, which is less about features and more about the design philosophy. The platform actively discourages emotional trading behavior with no flashy alerts or aggressive push notifications. Everything feels centered around research, planning, and long-term consistency rather than short-term excitement. From a usability standpoint, the interface is clean, professional, and not trying to gamify the experience. Most of the information is written in fairly plain language, which makes the environment feel approachable. If I had to point out one criticism, it's that the platform can feel almost too quiet at times. Users who enjoy fast-paced trading or constant stimulation might find the experience a little slow, but honestly, that calmness is exactly what Alderstone is trying to avoid in terms of noise. Overall, my experience with Alderstone felt less like using an app and more like having a structured financial environment in my pocket. It moved me away from the constant fear and greed cycle that dominates modern investing culture. Instead of feeling like a random account, I felt involved in a process built around clarity, continuity, and long-term strategy. If you're tired of short-term noise and want a more stable, disciplined approach to global markets, Alderstone is worth researching. If you enjoyed this review, drop a like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future platform breakdowns. Catch you next time.